Welcome to a pocket deck highlight with two of my absolute favorite Pokemon, Dragonite and Greninja. This deck uses a similar core to the Greninja Alakazam deck I've highlighted in the past, with Kangaskhan as our primary frontline to buy us time to set up powerful stage 2s behind it, but instead of playing Alakazam, we're playing Dragonite here, obviously. I think the primary upside to this change is that Dragonair is a much more potent stage 1 than Kadabra. Having 100 hit points means that your Dragonair can survive a hit from a Pikachu EX, and the 3 energy attack here cracks for 80, which means Dragonair can be a very serviceable card to start attacking with as you build up to Dragonite. You'll note that this deck list is in fact only playing a single copy of that stage 2 because Dragonite is a card we really only want to see in matchups like Charizard or Venusaur, and those games tend to go slow enough that we can have time to draw into it while winning a lot of the faster matchups on the back of Dragonair, Greninja, and Kangaskhan. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed the game highlights that I have for you today. I think they do a fantastic job of showcasing the fun and flexible lines that this deck brings to the table. If you do like what you see, smash that like button. Enjoy. Do you want a Misty instead of an X-Speed? I don't think so. I think X-Speed is really good in this archetype. Being able to reposition Froakie or Dratini back when you start on them and then draw into Kangaskhan has a lot of value. I have not played anything Monster Hunter related, no. That's also true. X-Speed helps you retreat Kangaskhan sooner in the event that you need to pull her out of the active. This is very helpful, so it works. It works well with Kangaskhan in both directions, essentially. Do I want on-curve Greninja taking damage up front? I think we're just gonna let Froakie be a punching bag. So, the second Frogadier here is actually a really good draw because getting to attack for 30 this turn means that Greninja gets to knock out this Arbok next turn. Because Arbok has 100, so it'll be at 70, and our Greninja deals 20 plus 60 or 80. So they need Potion here to not go down. And again, seeing the strength of that Frogadier gets to attack for a colorless. I have the Potion. If I'd have known we were gonna draw both the Greninjas, we'd have gone in on the first one. We just couldn't know. Now, the good news here is, if they don't have second potion, I get to finish the Arbok with a Shuriken, and then use Mist Slash into the thing that they switch up into to get some damage going. Ooh, they get to murder my Dratini. Which, I don't know, mixed feelings about that, I guess? The Greninja is my finisher here. I guess evolving it lets me retreat it next turn, which has value. Oh, that's not true if they have the Wheezing, though, right? I haven't played it yet, though, so maybe they don't have it. Oh! Oh, I can retreat. I forgot I forgot evolving removes the penalty. I forgot evolving removes the penalty. It clears statuses and that counts as a status. Right. Oh, no wheezing. We are super done here. Oh yeah, Big Mama has another backline now too. Yeah, somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew that we could clear with evolving, but I didn't connect that. That was, the Arbok was one of the things that I cleared. I don't play against a lot of Arbok. Greninja is my second favorite card behind old Smokey Boy Weezing. I mean, those two play together nicely as well. Having first energy advantage against Mewtwo is good. Yeah, Jolteon's a very, very solid Pokemon for sure. Mewtwo decks love playing red card, so I am not going to research on one here because I want to play around that. Red card shuffling my hand away is much worse when I haven't played a copy of research to begin with. He's not bad. We're gonna go digging for the Frogadair now. I think I'm gonna switch to the Kangaskhan. Mama is ready to put hands on this Mewtwo. I will very likely be doing an Election Night stream, yes. The Election Night stream will probably end up being an early one, though, because Harris is going to win Texas and/or Florida, and we'll be done pretty quickly. Full Pope. Not a Frogadair in sight, unfortunately. That's fine. We'll just keep flipping all heads with Kangaskhan and it'll be fine. Which version is your favorite Greninja deck? I like Executor and Alakazam equally. They have slightly different matchup tables. If there's a water energy under this lightning, our Dragonair could get frisky on this Mewtwo. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to put Froakie into the meat shipper, I think. All right, there's a water underneath. So I am explicitly not evolving into Dragonite because I want the option to Tail Smack next turn. Serum side drive the Froakie. That doesn't matter. So Dragonair clearing this first one, and then they are not set up to deal 150 next turn, and then this lets us evolve into Dragonite to win the game afterwards. Statistically. Do I burn the X speed to make it so it's less likely red card bricks my Dragonite? Is that crazy or crazy like a fox? Because that's their path to victory, right? Is red card be out of the Dragonite? It might tip your hand. Yeah, but how do they leverage me showing them what my plan is? If they have red card, they're playing it either way. But what are they gonna do? They might read that. What's the line? If they have red card, they're playing it. So people are saying like this reveals what your plan is, but like how are they getting around it? Oh, this means Sabrina gets me. That's a fair take. They haven't Sabrina'd yet. Yeah, that's a good take. Now I lose to Sabrina. Actually, just crazy is the answer, not crazy like a fox. Giovanni, all right, we're done here. Well, I guess statistically we're done here. Dragonite could swing and miss. It's fine. Your Dragonite at home might swing and miss. Mine does not. My Dragonite ends the game every time here. Yeah, buddy. Got him. More turn, but it was very unlikely. I would love to start on Kangaskhan. Thank you for asking. I got my second full art Charizard this morning, no Moltres in sight. No joke, my wife's account where the only thing she's bought is the premium pass has 4 immersive Charizards on it last night. She was showing me her polls while we were brushing our teeth before bed. And she's like, I'm gonna save my dust to put a flare on one of my immersive Charizards. And I was like, how do you have enough immersive Charizards to put flare on any of them? And for reference, the more rare a card is, the more pack dust it costs to put the flare on them. Putting flare on immersive Charizard for the fanciest one costs 26,000 dust. X speed here, getting to flex why it's one of the best cards in the game. Excuse you. That's the big whale, chat. If you're wondering what the whales look like and do and play in this game, the Leviathans in the bottom of the sea are putting flares on their crowned Pikachus. They're spending that $100+ a day every single day. I'm really surprised their Zebstrika's not going after my bench here. Oh, they're just switching out to the Pikachu right away. Interesting. They only have 1 card in hand, so the odds that Kangaskhan goes down in 1 is really low. They need a 3rd bench Pokemon plus Giovanni. I think I'm going to start working up Dratini because Dragonair, if we pull her, is real solid for dealing 80. Mama! I need you to strangle a mouse, Mama. Come on. Yes, 100% if I had 3 crowns, I'd be waiting to see how trading worked out before I did anything with it. I actually have 3 full art Sabrinas, and I'm holding on to that because I am crossing my fingers and hoping that I'll be able to turn one of those one of those Sabrinas into like a Koga or something else long term when trading hits. Yeah, I think I gotta give up Froakie here since I put the energy on the Dratini. Good Sabrina for the opponent. That replacement frog. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Come on! Mama! No, Mama! If we spike Dragonair, all of these low rolls on Kangaskhan might not matter. Like, if we find Dragonair this turn... That's a good one, too. Now we could find Dragonair. We need to hit one heads here and draw Dragonair next turn, and then we can still be in a fine spot. Okay, there's one. 2 Dragonairs and 11 cards and 2 researches and 11 cards. So about 1 in 3 to find a Revolution. XP does stack. Yeah, you can play 2 of them. Ooh, that's a pretty good red card. There's no justice in the world. We didn't draw the Dragonair. Still 1 in 3. Then the basic here. 2 Dragonairs and 9 cards, 2 draws at them. Yes! Oh my gosh, I finally hit it out for the first time in my life. This is so good. Holy. I think this deck is real, Dance. I think this deck is real. It has a ton of lines. And just like that, we're not even, we're ahead. They're super dead. Being on Dratini. We have our X speed here, notably, though. So if we could fish up a Dragonite, or a Kangaskhan, we can switch to it. Appreciate those gifted subs, Tipsy. It's very generous of you. I think I'm going digging. Froakie and a Pokeball. 2/3 to get Kanga out of this one. Unlucky. I don't think I want a second Dratini. I would like potentially 2 Greninja lines. So I'm going to leave my last bench slot open in case we top deck Kanga next turn. Ooh, Moltres Arcanine. No, 2 copies of Kangaskhan. Like, I like 2 copies of Kangaskhan in these decks that want to get set up a little bit more because it makes you better into, Pikachu EX. Frogadair? Frogadair. We're just passing. I'm choosing not to evolve because I want to use the attack from Dratini on curve, I think. Because they're going to, like, energy back up here. I'll put an energy on Dratini, crack for 40. Then the following turn I can evolve into Dragonair, crack for 80. And we'll just get to, like, attack as we curve out our evolutions now. Could hit a kink if they like super high roll this Moltres and the Arcanine threatens to knock out Dragonair, but unless they hit 3 heads here, we should be in a decent spot. One head speeds, we should be pretty well off. And Kangaskhan's a nice draw because it means should they high roll a little bit next turn with the Moltres, we can X speed back and put Kangaskhan up to take the first hit. I think the plan now is we go this into evolve into X speed, and I actually think I'm gonna put. I think I'm actually gonna put the Farukia. Because I'm never gonna have 2 Greninjas this game, and having the Kangaskhan back as an extra attacker potentially has value. Yeah, the bubbles look pretty good. I think we might beat bubbles on Dragonair. So they get to knock out the Froakie, but then I just get to ranch them with the Dragonite next turn, yeah? Dragonite's got 160, so I don't have to worry about them clearing us on the backswing. Two Dragonite attacks is almost assuredly lethal. I'm kind of really digging this deck, not my dance. Giovanni potential. Arcanine only does 120. You're looking for my preferred build of Mewtwo and thoughts on how you can build it in different ways. Check out my best DX deck on the Pokemon Pocket YouTube channel from yesterday morning. Greninja honestly kind of works with... Greninja kind of works well with Dragonite 2 in a way, because it gets to, like, get to break points on 50. Like, this Water Shuriken into their benched Arcanine means I only have to hit it once instead of twice to win the game here. Yeah, like, we don't win here without the Greninja breakpoint. And, like, we might have won the following turn despite the Dragonite going down, but the fact that we just, like, don't have to ask that question, the game's just over, is really clean here. And Sack, thanks for the 5 months. FYI, talking about packs that are flipped around versus not, you can flip around or re-flip around any packs that are in your carousel. There's Kanga. I'm gonna Professor here because I would really like to play a Froakie on one to get working towards that evolution ASAP. And then a lot of these Articuno decks are red card decks, so I'm gonna go ahead and X speed right now just to make that less appealing. Make my hand smaller and get the Kangaskhan up. Pokedex likely implies that they're playing one of the only 2 basic EX cheese builds of Articuno. Or the only cards they play are 2 Articuno EX. Frogadair is lovely. We get to play Greninja on curve while going first is quite strong. Kangamama gets to start throwing hands here. this Misty kinda doesn't matter. It would let them start putting damage on my bench a little bit sooner, but Kangaskhan still takes 2 hits to knock out. And getting an extra 10 on my bench Frogadier is kinda whatever. Oh, they're Dragonite. Interesting that they have room for Pokedex and Dragonite. That seems loose. Also, playing Articuno EX in a 2-color deck is a choice. If Kangaskhan hits with 1 head, I can still finish with the Greninja next turn. If Kangaskhan hits with 0 heads, I can't finish with the Greninja either way. It could be right to put 20 into the Articuno to play around a potion. Come on, Mama, hit once. Cool. It might be right to play around the potion. The best way to spend pack points is on cards that you want to play games with. I would heavily encourage you not to optimize your fun out of the game. If you're asking what pack Greninja is in, I'd highly recommend checking out my best pack video, where I highlight the best and most interesting and competitive Pokemon in each of the packs. Clear this Dragonair out so we don't have to worry about a Dragonite from them. Why not taking out Articuno instead of Dragonair that turn? Because they could evolve into Dragonite and then attack with it on curve, not my dance. I need a water energy under this lightning, or I need to draw a Froakie or Kangaskhan. So unlucky. Didn't they only have 2 energy? Yeah, so just to walk it out for people that can't think 2 turns ahead. If I knocked out the Articuno instead of the Dragonair, this again, all of you are showing why you can't think 2 turns ahead. If I knock out the Articuno instead of the Dragonair, they can evolve the Dragonair into Dragonite and put a 3rd energy on it. Then I don't knock out the Dragonite. Then they get another turn and put a 4th energy on it. So you can't just be thinking 1 turn ahead in Pokemon Pocket. You need to be thinking 2 and 3 turns ahead with the information that's face up on the board plus what's likely to be in their hand. Now, it's unfortunate that I'm unlikely to win this game because we both missed on a water energy and Froakie and Kangaskhan. I can still top deck Kangaskhan next turn to win, but it's unlikely that that's going to happen. Yeah, this game, I know there's coin flips in this game, so people will try and say it sounds funny to say this, but this game is very chess adjacent. All of the plays are face up on the board, and your job is to think multiple steps ahead into how your opponent's likely plays line up into what you're doing. If I would have had a water energy under this lightning last turn, I would have been able to switch up and finish them with Dratini. If I would have drawn Froakie last turn, I would have been able to evolve it into Frogadier this turn and finish with Water Drip. If we would have drawn Kangaskhan, we could have thrown hands and been able to win the game that way. We're still in this. I don't think that's true, because this has a retreat cost of 3. So we are deterministically dead here. And, you know, just because we died doesn't mean we made mistakes. Sometimes you're going to make good choices and still die. But I honestly think that's a good game that's still going to make the highlight for this deck, because it's a good example of talking through that Dragonair knockout especially.